See, now I bet you wish they had told you that before your behind went ahead and started trying to gain some pounds, started trying to put some weight on those bones, some meat, get thick out here. They didn't tell you this. They did not tell you that. They didn't tell me this. They didn't tell me. I didn't know. So that's what I'm gonna share. Because they talk about everything else.
I started from the bottom and now I'm rich. I got in my bag and I ain't look back.
Okay. Hey everybody, it's your girl Kel East Coast back with another video. I know it's been a minute, little minute since I've been on the camera, like a little one-to-one. It's been 3 years, but we're not going to talk about that. So what I wanted to talk about today was what they don't tell you about gaining weight with Apetamin. Now everybody's out here nowadays trying to get thick, trying to get slim, thick, or whatever. You can see even on my channel, like it's been a couple years, like I've been on my, get fit kind of journey, thick journey. And there are a lot of things that I've learned along the way. So some of those things are things that I did not know beforehand, things that I didn't anticipate, things I didn't expect. One of those things was just certain things that they don't tell you about gaining weight, the cons of gaining weight. I mean, maybe they may be pros to some people, but I saw sit back. I'm gonna tell you what I've learned for what they don't tell you about gaining weight, because they talk about everything else. Everybody talk about, look nice in your clothes, get your little curves or whatever, and look nice in swimsuits, bathing suits, fill them out. Here are the things that they don't tell you. Here's my trusty Apetamin. As some of you may know, people who have been on my channel since the earlier days, this is one of the trusted things that I did use to gain weight. Now, I had gone from 137 pounds and today I'm currently 170. Now, it's fluctuated over the years. For my current weight, I've been able to maintain it for quite a few months now. It's been several months, and I had actually stopped taking Apetamin, but I'll talk about that in a different video. There isn't any negative reason. It's just that I was able to eat on my own and maintain my weight. But again, I'll talk about that in another video. Let me put this little bad boy down. Okay, the first thing that they don't tell you about taking Apetamin is that those first 2 days where you are tired and sleepy from taking Apetamin, you can actually skip that, or not skip it, but I'll say avoid that by starting out with smaller dosages. Now, for me, I learned along the way that when I would start or restart taking Apetamin again, I would start out with 5 milliliter doses. Now, I've been a little risky. I've tried it during the week. It didn't necessarily affect me. It may still affect some people, but I noticed that I was not as tired in those first 2 days with taking a 5 milliliter dosage. Whereas, in the directions for Apetamin, it says take 15 milliliters twice a day or 10 milliliters 3 times a day. And instead, what I would do is take 5 milliliters twice a day or 3 times a day. And for me, I was still able to function. I was still able to get that appetite that you're supposed to be getting. And I would just completely avoid the being tired part of it, because that takes up our time. Our time is valuable. We do not need that 2 days of sleeping. We don't need it. So for the second thing about what they don't tell you, and this is one of those things where it's just like a no-brainer, but I feel like it just gets lost in the hype of gaining weight. But one of the things that they don't tell you is that you're gonna have to buy new clothes. So you're gonna have to budget for new jeans. You're gonna have to budget for new work pants. You're gonna have to budget for even possibly new gym clothes, like new, if you're trying to grow your lower body, you may have to invest in new leggings for the gym, different things like that. And again, like I said, like that is a no-brainer, but that is not something you think about in the hype of things when you're trying to, get thick on these hoes. So that's something else that I've learned along the way. And I have 3 different sizes of clothes in my closet, and I don't necessarily get rid of the other sizes. I just use the ones that I need whenever I'm at a certain weight. So that is definitely something to keep in mind as you're gaining weight. Another thing that they don't tell you when you're gaining weight on Apetamin is that you need to plan out what you're going to be eating. Meal prepping will be your best friend. This is why I say this, because you're gonna find, all of a sudden, day 3, day 4, that first week of you starting Apetamin, you're gonna be hungry. You need to have food in your cabinets and in your refrigerator. You're gonna start wanting to eat everything, but you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do it. Don't do it. So what you need to do instead is plan out, however many calories you plan on intaking for gaining your weight or your weight gain journey. And you'll want to try to start meal prepping. You'll want to plan for your breakfast, your lunches, and your dinners. And once you do that, you'll be set. You can have snacks in between, however you plan it for whatever your specific weight gain goals are. Simple. Well, it's hard, but it's not hard once you get into the swing of things, and that's what's most important. You have to make it a habit. It has to be just as important as your journey itself, because while you're trying to transform and change and grow or mold your body and shape your body, eating is just important as the exercise part of it. Speaking of which, another thing that they don't tell you is that when you start Apetamin, your weight will go everywhere. But the thing is, your weight is primarily dependent on your genetics. That's primary, that's first. But second, another way that you can try to combat that or have more of a say in where your weight goes is by working out. You are going to have to work out. I'm sorry, boo-boo. I am sorry, boo-boo. But you are going to have to work out. You're going to. If you want your body to look amazing, if you want to just gain weight, just to gain weight, just for the hell of it, go ahead. By all means, be my guest. But in order to have a say in where your weight goes, if you don't have, those genetics that say all that weight goes straight to the ass, you are going to have to work out. You're going to have, a solid plan for your specific type of body. That's what's important. So that's another thing that they don't necessarily tell you, because a lot of people are out here, they're just gaining weight. They say they don't like to work out. I've seen people where they say they don't like to work out, and I would lie and say I get it, but I don't get it. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I don't get it. Your body is your temple. You should be doing some sort of physical exercise. But to each his own. I definitely don't judge. But like I said, your weight primarily is dependent on your genetics. Like where you gain weight is primarily dependent on your genetics. And then secondary, a way for you to have some sort of a say in where that weight goes, you're gonna have to work out in order to do that. The last and final thing that they do not tell you about when you're gaining weight, And this has been a little bit of a struggle for me, seeing as I hadn't necessarily experienced this before in my life. And it is something common, but I hadn't necessarily experienced it before, is stretch marks. Stretch marks. You are going to get stretch marks. Sucks to say it. I'm sorry. But as you gain weight, especially with Apetamin, since you gain weight more quickly, your body, the elasticity of your skin is challenged with the fact that you're gaining weight at a pace that's more fast than your body is used to or had planned for. So you're bound to get stretch marks. You're bound to get stretch marks. And I don't know how you feel about stretch marks. I mean, they're not my favorite thing. I'm really not a fan of stretch marks. I'm not. I know a lot of people love them, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with stretch marks. There's nothing wrong. But I do notice that it's just not one of those things that's said or talked about when you're gaining weight. A lot of people don't talk about that. A lot of people don't tell you, hey, you're gonna get some leg and thighs and upper thigh stretch marks. You are, especially if those are the areas that you're focusing on gaining your weight in. So there are a few ways right now that I am combating stretch marks, or coming up with ways to get rid of current stretch marks, as well as reduce the amount of stretch marks I get, and encourage more elasticity in my skin. That's something that I'm going to talk about in another video. I'm going to dedicate a full video on how to get rid of stretch marks. Full video. Because I've seen what is working for me, and that's what I am excited to share. So that's it for this video. Let me know down in the comment section what you've experienced so far, or some of the different secrets that you've learned along the way that people didn't necessarily talk about. Also, there are more tips and things or different insights that I could share, and I can make a part 2 of this video. Just let me know down in the comment section if you would like another video, and I'll get right on it with the speediness. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm not even gonna lie. But I will get on it with another one. Just, it may take a little bit of time. If you like what I shared, thumbs up this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, hope this video really helps somebody out there. If it helps one person out there, at least one, it was worth making. I know it'll be a reminder to me watching this in the future, like some of my other videos. So, like I said, that's it for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in another video. Gang, gang. Well, okay. This is my trusty Apetamin. I feel like it's always so awkward ending videos.